I have a lot of mixed feelings on this fight. On one side, I can't knock the hustle of Jake Paul. On the other side, I think he's a piece of shit. And the reason why is to take this away from Mike Tyson. Don't get me wrong, Mike Tyson is winning in a way too, because he got one big final payday, the big final ring walk in front of 70 plus thousand, a just under $18 million gate. That's tickets sold. He's going to walk away rumored $20 million plus dollars, but my goodness, this was sad to watch. But at the same time, did we not know it was going to end this way? A lot of us hardcore fans, we had the hope that the Mike Tyson that fought Roy Jones back in 2020, we had the leg movement, the angles, the tenacity, where that was a very good fight. If you have a chance to go back and watch that fight, it was a very good fight where both Mike Tyson was 54 years old. He's 58 now. Roy Jones was about 50, 51. I can say that I feel that Mike Tyson would have had a better chance against Jake Paul tonight. As you can see, great event, exciting event. It was free on Netflix, by the way. Here's the scorecard. I didn't give Mike Tyson round number 2, but it was free on Netflix. Well, if you have Netflix. Now, a lot of people, thousands, millions of people. In fact, I want to show you something real quick. 3.4 million people watched this illegal stream. At one point in time, it was 2 million concurrent viewers, live viewers, 2 million plus on this live stream. That's a loss of about $15 million in revenue. This is the end of Mike Tyson in the ring. Thank God. We don't know exactly what he was wanting to get out of it. If maybe he had his own expectations of himself. Maybe him just going 8 2-minute rounds was what he was wanting to go after. Now, Jake Paul, even though he makes this big money fighting these celebrity fights, beating up these retired or older MMA fighters, in boxers, it's time, if he's really going to take boxing seriously, to start going, for bigger fights. Now, this was the most he's ever weighed in at 228 pounds. He's been competing in boxing at the cruiserweight division. But for Mike Tyson, you need to put on a little bit of bulk. And I got to be honest, it's frustrating. Don't get me wrong. But can you knock it, though? Can you knock the hustle? I can't. By the way, this was a lot of people's experience during the fight. I watched it on desktop, but I did notice on my TV through a Fire Stick. Let's listen into the cards. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. Let's see what fans have to say.
We go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision.
In the latest.
Judge David Yakubuchi sees the contest 80-72, while judges Lawrence Cole and Jesse Reyes see it 79-73, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Jake El Gallo Paul.
I mean, look at that crowd. Look at the spectacle that they put on.
Well, it happened. Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson. And the crowd here wondering what to make of it all. Rosie?
Let's listen to the post-fight interviews to hear what they have to say. Now, remember, Mike Tyson had a health emergency just earlier this year when this fight was supposed to happen, where he was actually in a wheelchair. Mike Tyson, he's 58 years old. This is a man who put God knows what in his body over, the course of his life. And over the last, I'm going to say 10, 15 years or so, it seems as though he's actually found peace in life. And, he has fun. I mean, yeah, he can get a little terrifying to kids and adults. What he did to that little girl this weekend, that life story he told her. By the way, here's the punch stats. Poor Hezbollah, that grown-ass man, he didn't, violated him like he was a child. But overall, I can't, I know a lot of people want to shit on Jake Paul. I don't like it. But at the same time, Tyson signed the contract. So even though I guess it was a trade-off, like, how the saying goes, like, all money ain't good money. It's like, all right, you made all this money, fighting Mike Tyson, but at the same time, like, you beat Mike Tyson. Like, really, dude? Really?
First and foremost, Mike Tyson, it's such an honor. Let's give it
And
up
I believe
for
it goes on the record.
He's a legend. He's the greatest to ever do it. He's the GOAT. I look up to him. I'm inspired by him, and we wouldn't be here today without him. This man is an icon, and it's just an honor to be able to fight him. And he's obviously the toughest, baddest man on the planet. So it was really tough, like I expected it to be.
I want to go back and forth here. So, Mike, if you can respond to that as well. Congratulations on a very strong performance. Are you happy with what you did out there tonight?
Absolutely happy, yes.
Are you surprised?
Good. That's all that matters, Mike.
No, I knew he was a good fighter. I knew he was prepared, but I came to fight.
58, a lot of people thought you shouldn't be here. A lot of people thought you'd be done and dusted in the first round. Do you feel like you proved the world wrong, that you could at least go 8 rounds with a younger man?
I didn't prove nothing to anybody, only to myself. I'm not one of those guys that look to please the world. I'm just happy with what I can do.
Could I ask about the knee brace? Were you dealing with an injury going into the fight?
Yeah, but I can't use that for an excuse, because if I did, I wouldn't be in here.
The broadcast team was debating what you were doing with your glove. Was it a mouthpiece issue, or were you just biting on your glove? What was that? Could you tell us?
Oh, I have a habit of biting my gloves when I fight, yes.
Why do you do that?
I have a biting fixation.
I've heard about that. I don't want to...
Morrow's right.
Stay right here, Mike, if you can. Jake, back to you. Did this man surprise you? Was he better than you thought he would be?
He's exactly what I thought. One of the greatest to ever do it. He's an icon. He's a legend. So, yeah. But this night's not about me, man. I wanted to give a thanks to all the real heroes, the U.S. military, the doctors, the nurses in the ER, the cops, the firefighters, the farmers, the truck drivers, all the people who make this world go around. Thank you, America. It's the era of truth. It's the era of good. There's a shift in the world, and good is rising. The truth is rising. I'm just honored to be a part of America, and it feels like we're back, baby.
Mike, back to you. Now that you've actually gone 8 rounds with Jake Paul, what is your assessment of Jake Paul, the boxer?
He's a very good fighter.
Do you think he deserves respect from the public?
Absolutely.
That's pretty cool to hear.
Yeah, man, this guy's always had my back. I love him. I love his family, his coaches, Amr, Billy White, Rafael, amazing group of people, and it's just an honor to be in the ring with all of them.
Did you try to knock him out?
Man, I was trying to hurt him a little bit, I was scared that he was going to hurt me. I'm trying to hurt him, but, I did my best. I did my best.
Mike, could I ask, do you want to do this again, or are
No.
you officially done now?
I don't know.
No, Mike, please no.
Depends on the situation.
What does your gut say right now? Is this possibly the last time for you?
I don't think so.
You've got
No,
more
Mike,
in you.
please no.
Who comes to mind?
Well, I don't know. Maybe his brother.
You want to
Oh,
fight
no.
Logan, I think he said you might be next.
Motherfucker, I'll kill you, Mike.
No, please, no.
It's on then.
Just don't step on his toes. Is all forgiven between you two, because yesterday it got pretty personal and heated.
That happens when you're ready to fight. You're in the moment.
Hey, that was a good slap. I like that.
Mike, final thing for you, to all the 50-year-olds
No,
out
Mike,
there,
please
to all the
no.
40-year-olds who grew up watching you, what is the message to those people who thought, you know what, maybe I could do this one day?
Well, this is going to be really tough. If they can, I wish them the best.
No, Mike.
Thank you so much, Mike. Everyone, show some love to the great Mike Tyson.
No, Mike. No. Just no. I mean, what can Mike do? He's 58. It's not like he can say, you know what, I'm going to work on my legs. Hold on, let's see what he has to say.
Million people on Netflix. We crashed the site. The biggest U.S. boxing gate. $20 million. U.S. history. And
Outside of Texas, I mean, outside of
everything's
Vegas.
on the list. So, I'm not even going to call out specific names, but
How about Canelo? You said Canelo this week.
Canelo needs me, so I'm not even going to try and call him out. But he knows he wants the payday, so he knows where the money man's at.
Thank you, Jake. Congratulations. Mike, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And the crazy thing about that is Canelo and Jake Paul would do massive numbers. It would do massive numbers. That's, it's crazy how it works out. It would do massive numbers. But Canelo's got to take care of business in boxing, like actual boxing, before he goes and fight Jake Paul. He needs to fight David Benavidez. You even got the Terrence Crawford fight out there. You got Artur Beterbiev. We hear rumors of that. So no. And yes, it was said to be the biggest boxing gate outside of Vegas, of course. You know, Floyd Mayweather holds that record multiple times for overall boxing gate. So you had Canelo fight in Texas. Jake Paul beat that record. You had Errol Spence fight in Texas. He beat that record. Let me know who else, but you know, he said 20 million, but the press release said 17.8 million, something like that in ticket revenue. But there's no real highlights. If anything, it looked like Jake Paul was carrying Mike Tyson a bit, and that if he really wanted to step on it, he could have knocked him out. Or the fact that you don't want to get too close to Mike Tyson. You don't want to be in the pocket with him, because one thing that's still there is that old man strength is going to be there. It's just that Mike Tyson's legs, compared to when he fought Roy Jones, were gone. In fact, let me see if I can find you a brief clip so you can see pretty much the difference in the speed. Roy Jones, Mike Tyson. Let's see here. It was on Triller. Let me see if I can find you some highlights. I don't think we're going to be to see anything, but he looked much better. But remember how long ago it was, you know. So, I mean, just look at the difference. Just look at the difference. Just look at the difference right here in this clip. This is more than enough. Look at the bounce. You see that? He didn't have that. He didn't have that. Now, this Mike Tyson, the one you're seeing right here, would have been dangerous for Jake Paul. I'm not saying that Jake Paul probably wouldn't have won, but I think Mike Tyson, it was a different fight. You know, it was a different Mike that was in here tonight. But overall, if I was to rate the event on a scale of 1 to 10, I will give it a 10. I do admit I watched on desktop. I would have been frustrated if I was watching like a regular person on my TV and it kept buffering in and out. It would have been brutal. I would have been pissed off. But overall, you know, Mario Barrios, Abel Ramos, second best fight of the night. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, the best fight of the night. One of the best fights of the year. And many people may say that Amanda Serrano got robbed. I'm not. Shadeja Green beat Melinda Watpool. Is that how you pronounce her name? Shoo Carrington returned, top ranked fighter. He didn't look too good in his last fight. And I didn't really pay attention to the Goyat Nunez fight. I watched it, don't get me wrong. And if one of these guys is supposed to be good or some type of superstar or whatever, I just didn't see between either of them. And I came in on the Lucas Baldi Armando Casamonica fight. By the way, the beautiful Kate Abdo, married to Philadelphia's own, one of the you know, the one time Philly's been winning lately, Malik Scott. You know, because Philly, we've been going through some things over here. Outside of me, of course. You know, and Malik Scott, of course, he's winning too. Who else? Philly been doing well. Athletes or celebrities. Meek Mill's mixed up in all the Diddy stuff. Anyway, moving on. Also, it's good to see Andre Ward, you know, like really moving around the sport and not being tied to ESPN. And Roy Jones brought back some nostalgia to the commentary. But overall, like I said, I enjoyed the pay-per-view. I am not a pay-per-view, it was a card. And also, Netflix's lowest tier for a monthly subscription is like $6.99 a month. It comes to like $7.41 after taxes. You know, you can't beat that. And remember, in January the 6th, in fact, in what, about 6-7 weeks or so, Monday Night Raw is coming to Netflix. So they need to fix their live streaming. And remember, Netflix is not a live streaming platform. So yes, they can show all the movies that they want, but live streaming in high definition is a whole different animal. It's a whole different animal. So hopefully they fix that before Monday Night Raw starts. And another question is, is this a segue into boxing for Netflix? I mean, who would they get? Top Rank? I doubt they would get people. I mean, if Netflix was to invest in boxing, who would they go with as a promoter? And remember, the Zone right now is becoming the home, like the real home of boxing, not like it was years ago, with fights like Fury Usyk. They got Golden Boy under their banner, Golden Boy Promotions. They got the Ring Magazine. They got WB Boxing, WBC Boxing, Frank Warren Matchroom, Top Rank. So they're pretty much taking over boxing. So I don't see a way where Netflix can kind of find a consistent way into boxing. Now, they may be interested in Jake Paul fights if he wants to go on to fight actual real fights, but they're not going to pull in the numbers that Mike Tyson would pull in. And who would Jake Paul bring into the boxing ring that would bring in buzz outside of him going the prospect route? For example, people are saying dumb shit like Jake Paul is the face of boxing. No, when you match Jake Paul against a guy like Mike Tyson, he's going to bring in some numbers. When you match him against guys like Nate Diaz, they didn't really bring in too much. Tyron Woodley, the first one, Ben Askren, Nate Diaz, that's going to bring in some money, but for the most part, Anderson Silva. But as you can see, when he went on the prospect route against Andre August, Ryan Borland, even when he fought Tommy Fury, and lost, they wasn't like worldwide trending like these fights are. He's still a prospect in boxing. And I'm sorry, he gets no stripes for beating Mike Tyson. For him, this was a money promotional fight to get his name out there. I don't like the fact that it was Mike Tyson, that he got that scalp. And from my understanding, this is a real fight on the resume and record of Mike Tyson in history. Jake Paul's got an official win over Mike Tyson. That's what brings my piss to a boil. That's what's pissing me off after I see this right here. But I can't knock the hustle. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. You can follow me on Twitter right here. The links are down below in the description box. Look at this. He even got the old head staff. The walking stick. Anyway, thanks for watching. Drop a like, please subscribe. I'm TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360.